Hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. Welcome to episode number 2 of what I call Series 5H1T. In case you're wondering what 5H1T stands for or means, well, if you zoom back out, you take a look at the word 5H1T, and just to give you extra help, if you look at this picture right here, you might get an idea. The reason I call this series exactly what I call it is because that's exactly what this developer is pumping out with 2 different developer names on Steam as of lately. Now, he started pumping out games onto Steam last September 2016, and he still is pumping out these basically asset kits that he buys on the Unity store and sells them as full projects or early access games, if you would, here on Steam. It's what you and I and most people on Steam that buy these things call asset flips. It means that they do absolutely no or very minimal work to a particular kit that they buy on Unity or some other asset store, and then turn around and sell it as a full-fledged game like they've been working on it. Now, these asset kits are designed to help you. For example, the asset kits that they sell on the Unity store are designed to help you learn how to use Unity. They're designed to, give you a start and give you something to dink around with and play with and kind of get ideas on, how to make your own project. They're certainly not designed to turn around and sell on Steam as an early access game without changing anything, without changing the models, the textures, the values, the crafting menus. Anything in the kit is just an example. It's something to work with. It's something to play around with and help you learn how to use Unity. But as of late, the last few years, we've had a lot of these really shady developers use these kits to turn around and just try to sell them on Steam as a full-fledged game. Now, if you remember back to the first video, you remember I talked about a game called Strongmind. This is a game sold on Steam since November. We're talking about, what is that? April 4th will be exactly 5 months. Strongmind went up on Steam. Alright guys, if you guys will remember, about a year ago now on my channel, I found a game that made it onto Steam as a complete hoax with Watch Paint Dry Simulator. Now, this was going to be a game that was going to be released on Steam, I believe, at no cost, completely free. But it turned out that it was just a joke that never intended to even make it onto Steam, much less through Greenlight. Now, when Steam found out about it, they quickly got rid of it off Steam. It happened around April Fool's Day last year, and maybe it was an April Fool's joke. I don't know. Anyway, I covered that about a year ago. I'll have a link down below where you guys can check that video out should you want to. You're looking at part of it on the screen now. But now, we have a game in Strongmind. This is a game that is developed and published by a developer called Elusive Team. And if you remember, if you watched episode 1 of series 5H1T, you'll know that I said berdyev, however you say his name, Berdyev, was the developer for Elusive Team. Now, the funny thing is, Berdyev, or however he says his name, recently totally denied any affiliation with development or being part of the Elusive Team. In this post right here, from about the middle of December, Berdyev says, "Please don't include Elusive Team in our discussion. We have terminated our partnership with them, and they're by their own at the moment." So I find it ironic here that Berdyev totally declines anything to do with Elusive Team. However, the projects, the type of games, and the attitudes from both of these developers and teams, the kind of games that are coming out on Steam, with regularity from both of them are very, very similar. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at something else. What you're looking at here is a screenshot provided to me from Mellow Online, one of my friends on Steam, also a great guy who he makes it out to look for these kind of, asset flippers and scammers and stuff like that on Steam. Well, back in, I believe this was either November or December, he got banned from not only all the games associated with Elusive Team at the bottom, but also just a short time later, all the games associated with BC Interactive for simply asking questions and asking why berdyev, doesn't even bother to try changing these asset packs that he buys before launching them as early access games on Steam. So pretty funny there. Alright, so if that hasn't convinced you that berdyev is associated with both teams, let's take a look at Escape the Island. Now, this is a game made by the Elusive team, as you can see right here. But if we look at this, we see that on the same Steam page, hey, you can buy a BC Interactive franchise bundle right here on an Elusive team game Steam page. What the heck? How could these guys not be associated? How could berdyev not be the main developer for both of these teams? Let's go ahead and take a look at this bundle. We see a lot of BC Interactive games, and then we see in the same bundle, Escape the Island is included right there in a BC Interactive franchise bundle. But right here, in this bundle franchise package deal, if we look right up here, it gives the details and says, hey, this package is brought to us by the developer BC Interactive and Elusive Team. Oh, wow. Is that just a coincidence? Things that make you go, Okay, so you're still not convinced that this berdyev is the developer or associated with both Elusive Team and BC Interactive? Let's go ahead and take a look at something else. Let's look at the Unity store here. Let's go back to Alien Sky. Now, this is a package that was purchased and turned into Space Journey, a game made by BC Interactive. But let's go ahead and scroll down here and take a look at some of the reviews for this asset pack on Unity that was purchased. If we look at some of these reviews, we finally come to an interesting review right here by a user named Salty Meow. And he gives a review, good to use as a placeholder for your game, has nice textures, okay animations, controls kind of suck. Anyway, the review right here isn't what's important. What I want you to look at is if we click on Salty Meow here and look at the user profile. This is on Unity, remember, right? So if we look down here, we don't see any kind of bio for this user or anything like that. But if we scroll down, we see that the same user, Salty Meow, also reviewed a Unity asset kit called Depths of the Ocean. Now, Depths of the Ocean is almost an identical asset flip to the Steam game called Escape the Island. Okay, Escape the Island is a game made by Elusive Team, the other development team. So if we look at the Unity asset pack Depths of the Ocean, remember this was turned into an Elusive Team game on Steam called Escape the Island. Let's go ahead and scroll down here, and we see that Salty Meow, the same user, has basically went on a rant here against the developer of this asset kit. And he actually calls this guy one of the worst developers out there. But before we actually get to reading this review, which is pretty funny, I might add, let's go ahead and pull up Steam. What I want you guys to look at here is let's go ahead and go to Space Journey, and let's go ahead and go to the community hub. Let's find that berdyev guy. He's got to be here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Feedback, berdyev. Let's go ahead and click his name. Let's go ahead and click his profile here. And we see berdyev really Russian sounding name. It says here he lives in Washington, right next to me here in Idaho in the USA. I don't know, but I feel really, really wishy-washy about him living in Washington. I don't believe this for a second. Anyway, if we click this little arrow down to see what other profile names berdyev has used on Steam, wow, look at that. We see, does this look familiar? Salty Meow. I think I saw that somewhere before. Berdyev is Salty Meow? Could he be the same Salty Meow on Unity, who's now raging at the developer of an asset kit that was actually flipped into a game called Escape the Island, made by Elusive team? If I haven't given you enough evidence to make you believe that berdyev is both the developer for Elusive team and BC Interactive, I don't know what more I can provide you. I'm sure that if you was to hunt the forums and do a little investigating by yourself, you would be convinced pretty quickly. Anyway, guys, I want to go ahead and read you this lash out by by Salty Meow, on Unity at the developer of this asset kit that was used to flip into a game on Steam called Escape the Island. So he says, one of the worst developers out there. So I have purchased this asset to use as a placeholder from our upcoming game. We passed Greenlight. Okay, so basically he's saying they use this asset kit to flip over to Steam and they passed Greenlight. And while we were getting ready for the release, the developer of this asset pack started harassing our project and being rude by calling us out. Wow, you got called out? I wonder if one of the people that made or was associated with this asset kit on Unity actually went over there and said, hey, why are you flipping asset kits into games without changing anything? Could it have been that? I don't know. That's pretty funny if so. And leaving the link to this asset. How do I know that's him, you ask? Well, I did my research. First of all, his Steam profile had his name, just like what he has under his studio's information on the Unity Asset Store. Yet, when I tried speaking Russian to him, he said that he does not speak Russian and changed his profile name plus location to France to mask it. Later on, I get a notification on my phone saying that his full name and left a comment, same thing that he did earlier on my Steam Greenlight. Very unprofessional. It's so ironic here that this guy here, Salty Meow, is calling somebody unprofessional for probably just calling them out on not changing a goddamn thing with his asset kit and flipping it directly to a game on Greenlight on Steam. I would be a little bit salty too. Somebody's got to call these guys out, right? I wonder if he thinks I'm really unprofessional too. I'm sure he does. Anyway, Salty Meow here, says, I've reported you to Steam as I can see now. Both posts on Greenlight and YouTube under the trailer we removed. And he's like, do you even know how everything works? I've paid for this asset. Now listen here, guys. This is what's funny. I've paid for this asset, so I have all rights to do whatever I want. It's none of your goddamn business if I like to post as a different project. So right here, Salty Meow. Sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that. Right here, he says, it's none of your business if I post it as a different project, meaning on Steam. He's like, you did this. You signed up for this. You made an asset kit to help people out on Unity. It's your fault if I turned it into a direct game on Steam without touching a thing and doing nothing and knowing no coding. So he's actually blaming the developer of this asset kit for what he's doing on Steam and for asset flipping. How much more ridiculous can you get? And now this guy, berdyev, Salty Meow, whoever the hell this is, says this is by far the worst experience I had on the asset store. Wait a minute. I keep saying berdyev, Salty Meow. Who is this? I don't know. Wait a minute. Let's go back here again. berdyev, Salty Meow. Oh, that's why I keep saying that. I mean, I know Berdyev denies any association with anything of Elusive team, but here is a Unity project that was flipped into an Elusive team game on Steam, but Berdyev denies having anything to do with that. Right. Anyway, right here, it is pretty funny, guys. It is pretty funny. The reply from the publisher of this asset kit says, not sure what's happened there. Someone will be punished for that. But you have my word. I don't care what package you use and where you use it. And for me, it's only good news if a publisher bought something from me and passed Greenlight. Right here is what's funny. He's like, I am a grown-up man and not interested in this child's play. And then he tells him good luck on Steam. Sorry for your inconvenience. So this guy's pretty damn professional. With this kind of an outlash and, outburst, a temper tantrum, whatever you would call it, even blaming the asset kit maker for his asset flipping. Anyway, this guy's, wishes him good luck on Steam. Sorry for the inconvenience. Handles it pretty professionally, I'd say, especially in comparison to Salty Meow, Berdyev. So guys, now that hopefully you're convinced that Berdyev is full of it, and lying on the Steam forum saying that he has no association with Elusive team. Hopefully you believe that. Hopefully I've convinced you. Let's go ahead and play this great game called Strong Mind, shall we? Alright guys, I don't know if you guys can handle this, but here we go. Let's go ahead and launch Strong Mind. Now this is a game that sells for $1.99 regular price on Steam. Remember, unlike Watch Paint Dry, which was just a hoax, this is a real game that's been on Steam for more than almost 5 months now. Okay, so we have Strong Mind that launches in a window here. No options, nothing here except to exit out of the game or select a difficulty. All right, guys, so are you guys ready to play this exciting game? Let's go ahead and pull it up on Steam here real quick, guys. I want to go ahead and show you guys, not Berdyev. We already know what this guy does. Let's go ahead and, all right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this game on Steam. We have Strong Mind advertised here. This is a game that regularly sells for $1.99. Remember, this game at this point in time, at the time I'm making this video, has been up for almost 5 months. Came out in November of 2016. And it says here, Strong Mind, new game with unique challenges, challenging puzzles, multiple difficulty levels from easy to expert. Okay, I don't see easy here, but all right. And yeah, and it also says much of different levels and interesting things. Wow, this actually sounds like a pretty good game here. Lots of interesting things. We got multiple difficulty levels. We got unique challenges. And this is really going to test our intelligence. Okay, let's do it. All right, guys. So we got select difficulty. We don't have that easy that it said in the Steam page, but I think this is what he means by normal. So let's go ahead and click on normal. Question number 1. I'm going to try to read this in my sarcastic tone for Berdyev. Determine the name of the city and the country. Wait a minute. And the kootenai. Determine the name of the city and the kootenai. Now, wait a minute. What the hell is a kootenai? Oh, you mean country. Oh, how could I have overlooked that? I'm sorry. Your grammar here is amazing. Without an asset kit to buy over on Unity, I wouldn't expect you to spell a word like country correctly. Maybe you should have bought an asset kit for this one as well, huh, Berdyev? Anyway, what country is this encrypted in anagram? I don't freaking know. I don't freaking care. But let's just go ahead and choose Russia, since that's probably where you're from, Berdyev. Boom. Wait a minute, was I right or wrong? It doesn't freaking tell me. I had no sounds. Notice there's no music. Even though I bought the soundtrack for this game earlier today, I don't have music. I have nowhere to play the music. This is freaking garbage. Anyway, question number 2. What number should replace the, not question, the question mark? What number should replace the question mark? 25, 29, 33, 37, 41, and I guess that's a question mark. Well, since you're going up in multiples of 4, this really doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that that's going to be 41 plus 4 is 45. So hopefully it'll give us a confirmation that we're right here, right? Click the answer and click on it. That's it. No confirmation of how well I did. 2 freaking questions. Two questions in your normal difficulty. Are you freaking insane? Are you crazy, berdyev? What in the flying fuck is this? You're selling this for $1.99? Wait a minute. Zaxter, I told you it was challenging and offered unique puzzles. It's well worth your money. It's only $1.99. You should try a harder difficulty. I'm hearing berdyev in my head now, trying to sell me on continuing to play this challenging game. So maybe if we play the next level, maybe we'll get more questions. Maybe the questions will be a lot more challenging and exciting, huh? So let's go ahead and choose medium. So we click on medium. Again, no sounds, not even a click sound, nothing. Question number 1. What is the capital of Peru? Well, I'm pretty sure that the capital of Peru is Lima. Click. What? You don't even tell me if I'm right or wrong. You just go right back to the main menu. I'm about to pull my freaking hair out. Okay, let's go ahead and try medium again. Maybe we'll get asked a different question. Nope. What is the capital of Peru? Same thing. Choose a different answer. Same thing. Normal. Hey, this looks familiar. But no matter what I choose, I get no penalties, no scores, no nothing. All right, the only level we haven't tried here is expert. Let's go ahead and try this challenging expert level, shall we? Question number 1. On which pole are living penguins? South or north? Sure, let's go ahead and pick south. I think I've heard that somewhere wrong before. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, we know it's not going to give us confirmation or not. And sure enough, it doesn't. It doesn't even give us another question. So again, we click expert again, same question. Guys, there's 4 freaking stupid ass questions with misspelled words in this whole freaking game, and it doesn't matter what you do, you never get a confirmation. There's 4 questions here, guys. If we time this, guys, we can go normal, we can click Russia, we can click 45, we can click medium, we can click Lima, we can click expert, south. Guys, we completed the whole freaking game in 8 seconds. 8 seconds of content with no sounds, no graphics, and misspelled words for $1.99. Now, I think we fully understand why berdyev relies so heavily on those asset kits on Unity. Because when he has a game, even the simplest game in the world, to code himself, this is what you get. Oh man, this has to be the biggest ripoff I've ever seen on Steam at this point. And I have seen some doozies, people. I have scored games below the 0 mark. But this takes the cake. You combine this game with the actual downloadable content, DLC. Are you serious for this game to give you a soundtrack which is a copyrighted Enigma song? This guy's making profit on a copyrighted song as a downloadable DLC soundtrack. Not song, soundtrack. And you have something that I absolutely cannot believe Steam still has up on their store 5 months after it was put up. Unbelievable. This is where Valve is dropping the ball big time. And this, I mean, sure, this makes Valve look bad to a degree, but this berdyev guy is unbelievable. Unfreaking believable to do what he does, to lie like he does, to lash out like he does. And you guys are going to see in future videos here in this 5H12 series that I've started, some of the lashing out, some of the forums and threads that he's locked, and some of his behavior as well. So we will get on to more games made by the mighty Berdyev and explain more about why I think this is the worst developer ever. I mean, wow, a game you can complete in 8 seconds. And yeah, I knew the answers, I did it quickly, but there's no replayability at all. There's a total of 4 questions, and they're the same thing every time. Anyway, guys, I think you're starting to see why this guy is so shady, so deceptive, and so corrupt. We'll continue, though, in future episodes of my series, 5H1T. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you guys give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment down below. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. This has been Zaxter99. Have a good day or night in your part of the world. Take care of each other out there. We'll see you soon. Peace, everybody.